This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hey everybody, I'm Andrea Jackson.
She certainly is, and I'm glad she's here because I'm still Mitch English. And this little show is called Daily Flash. We got today's talk, tomorrow's trends, but most importantly, we got YOU, baby!
That's right, and this show does not exist without you.
Heard that.
And this is the way you get involved. Big Daddy,
Hey.
James Alexander.
Yes,
Ronald
yes,
McDonald today, man.
I'm trying to look good. The harder the
Looking
show.
I love it.
sharp.
Hey, you know, we're seen on over 219 stations across this great country, the American Forces Network, praying for our troops.
Yes.
And you can find us on all our social media channels and streaming as well. And guess what? I say all that because you can go to thedailyflashshow.com and leave a comment. I want to hear what you're thinking. All this because I want you to hit me up with the question of the day, your comments. What's a simple luxury you truly appreciate?
Okay, I got it.
You have one?
Garage door opener.
That's simple.
Can I-
That's simple.
It's so simple, but I'm telling you what, it is so nice.
Can I tell you know, it's funny you say that. When for the longest time, I had when you go from an apartment to a house and you
Yeah.
have your own garage.
Yes.
You feel like you're going into Star Trek, or Star Wars, where you go into the bay and you're in your own domain, and then the door shuts and you're like, look, my car is part of my house, and I love
Yeah.
my house.
a holodeck.
You know, it's so funny. I felt the same exact way. I go, I was too embarrassed to tell him, but you have no problem telling the whole
No,
world.
not
So
at
that's
all.
awesome. Thank you.
A garage door opener.
That's what this show does.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it. It is a simple luxury
Yes.
that I appreciate daily.
What about
Ready
you,
for this?
Mitch?
Though? Do you think, James? Do you think she has it connected to her car
to-
that
at
has
the
all
top?
10,000 buttons in it?
I think
Or
she
do
has a
you think she
special
has a
button in the
clicker?
car. Nope.
I
She has a
think-
special
me
button in
too.
the car. I've seen
No,
that car.
I have a clicker.
Oh!
I have a clicker.
Do you have the option?
That's right.
There was this guy. I'm telling you, I've not seen airplanes that have as many switches in Jackson's car, which it's freaking awesome. But there's got to be.
There should be. There's
You don't
gotta
have
be
it on your
ways.
phone?
Like, there's no
you
need
know,
for me to. You know, like
maybe.
sometimes
Yeah,
they
I
have
know.
those.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you can program them into your rear view mirror. You know,
See?
they have those where you can hit the button and it connects with your car. I don't think I have that. If I do, I don't know.
See?
But I should. But you're absolutely right. With all those
With
switches,
everything in
there
it, there's
should
got to
be
be.
connect to your garage door opener.
Best thing in the world, Jackson's car, and every
Oh
car
my
should
God.
have this. It has two horns. One that's like, get out of my way.
Yeah.
Or one, hey, the light just turned green.
I love it.
go.
It's a little red button and has a bicyclist on it, and it's like toot.
And
toot toot.
that because you feel bad when it's like
Yeah.
it turns green. My
Oh my
simple
gosh.
pleasure thing. Gosh. You know, there's so many of them. And you know what? I should do more of an inventory. It's stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
little small things. Because when you realize you have a lot of really cool little small things that help you out in life, you
Yeah.
realize, man, I'm really blessed. I would say I'll have to get back with you on it.
Okay.
Because I haven't thought
Okay.
about it. But it probably would be something along those lines. And you would think, man, well, my cell phone is a simple luxury. Sure. But now it's a necessity.
Right, exactly.
It's easy for me.
You got one?
What's yours?
Speech to text. And no
Oh,
one, no
that
one really
is a
thinks
good
about
one.
it. It's fairly new, but speech to text.
Does yours work for you all the time?
It works. Mine works. Because you know why? I have a Samsung.
My radio co-host Broadway, he is about as Mississippi as you can. If you ever
Yeah.
heard him talk, and God bless Siri, she can't understand a word. Like he'll talk, like you know, he just talks, you know, Southern redneck. So there are. So I'll get a text message, and I'm like, all right,
Still
well,
What in the
I need to.
world?
I go in and translate it from Southern
Yeah.
to regular English.
I'm surprised there isn't a filter on Siri yet to say, all right, I speak Southern or I
Dialect.
dialect or
May have
yeah.
some people
If
to
I
train
say
it.
you, put y'all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm let's say from Pennsylvania, if I say you, put use.
Use,
Whatever,
yes.
whatever they use, they
Yeah.
say it. Interesting, but yeah, that's going to be the next thing. You know,
Yeah.
that people will pay extra for.
comes
You
up
know,
on
why would they want
Samsung.
that? Wait, hold on. He loves his little. But look, there's a.
Have you
You
seen
know what
the
I like?
S26?
You know what I
Where you
like?
can
I don't,
turn
hold
your
on. You know what I
hand
like?
and it
I don't
still
have a
stays the same
line
space.
through my
That's
screen
okay.
right there.
That's okay. That's okay. I got to get a new one.
All right, what were you saying? I interrupted.
I do like the
What's coming
full.
out
I
next
do
year?
like the full.
No, S26 is already out. You know, Apple will have the technology 2 years from now.
It'll be
But,
better
you know,
and
you can
it'll actually
switch-
work, but
Switch your
yes.
phone.
Right?
And there won't be a
And
crease
guess
down
what?
the
It
middle.
doesn't move.
Ooh.
James is our android for sure. All right, buddy.
On a different note, but similar, there was a story. I think it was out of Washington State, and some guy complained because he went to one of those automated operators to get some help with filing for unemployment or license plate or DMV, whatever it was, some sort of state government agency, and they pressed like 2 for Spanish.
No, it was DMV. I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Is it DMV? He pressed 2 for Spanish. It was Spanglish. They spoke English, it accented English, but then the numbers were all in Spanish.
It sounded like Consuela.
Yes.
From Family Guy.
Yes.
Now, what's crazier about it? Here's the thing. I'm glad you brought this up. I was going to talk about this. Is that his wife had called before, pressed 1 for English. Her husband is bilingual, right?
Right.
So anyway, she called, was on the hold for over an hour. He pressed 2 for
Spanish.
what thought was Spanish, but it was really Spanglish.
Right.
4 minutes. And
So that's what you do.
that's
Call
what you
Hugo.
do. But that's what I'm saying.
I'm calling Hugo.
You get, and that's what she did. So next time, she's like, if you are trying to get through the DMV,
Right.
Because you think about it, there's probably less people in Espanol.
Yeah.
So you go, I'm going to call Hugo up. We'll have Hugo up because he's bilingual.
Yeah.
I'll have him stand next to him and say, we'll only have to wait 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Here, you tell me what they're saying. But what's funny, back to this, she goes, hello, yeah. And this is the voice. If you
It
go
is.
online,
It is.
I'm not making fun
No,
of it.
he's
Everybody's
not.
going to check it out.
It's like, thank you for calling.
Yeah.
Press dos for Espanol. That's the only thing that was in Spanish.
That's the thing. The numbers were the only thing in Spanish, and everything else was Spanglish.
In this world, my ATM, I go up to it, ask me every time, do you want English or Spanish? Now, you've got everything you need to know about me, including how much money I have, and you still have to ask me.
me.
Yeah, man. Oh, in new ATMs, they have like 5 different languages you can tap into.
Which I think,
Japanese
and
as
hearing
well.
impaired too. I always wanted to put my headphones up. You ever seen the kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Oh, really?
You know what scares me is the
braille?
the braille at
Braille,
the drive-thru. Why are you
I
going
don't
to a
know.
drive-thru?
It's kind of frightening.
All right.
All right. Burger King trying out a new marketing campaign. First, the CEO gave out his direct line. Do you remember that
Yeah, we
story?
were talking about that.
Now they're trying something new with the packaging. Take a look.
Are you one of the people that's been asking me about why is your Whopper smushed?
Soggy and mushy.
It's that wrapper.
The Whoppers are always smushed at the bottom of the bag.
I think we have a solution for you.
We decided to come up with this box. We started by picking different shapes to hold as the base because we want that Whopper to stay whole, but we don't want it to move around too much.
Okay.
They're not getting smushed burgers anymore.
I think I'm going to have to put it to the test myself. Excuse me, let me just borrow your computer for a second. Is this thing going to hold up
I
to
bet
your
it will. I bet
4-pound
it will.
laptop?
Look at that.
Not bad, it doesn't move.
It's like a standing desk.
I might actually use this at my desk. That's pretty
So
good.
Burger King is giving its signature Whopper a facelift for the first time in a decade, following complaints from its customers. The Whopper will include a more premium, better tasting bun, and they're going back to a box for the sandwich.
I love how they're making it sound like this is new. No,
right.
A box is what McDonald's used for the longest time, but continue.
Right. Customers were complaining that the paper wrapper didn't protect the burger from getting crushed in the bag. They are updating some of the ingredients when it comes to the Whopper, so that's kind of new. I have a few fun facts for
Okay,
you
lay it
guys.
down. All right. She
about-
knows her Burger King.
About
Yes.
Burger King, the Whopper debuted in 1957, believe
wow.
it or not. The Big Mac debuted in 1968, so about 10 years later. The Whopper originally cost 37 cents.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding me.
The price today is $6 to $8.
Yeah.
Whopper Jr. was created in Puerto Rico after they got a bad round of buns and they had to improvise. So they used a
not know
smaller
that.
bun. Yeah, I know. And the moldy Whopper, I don't know if you guys remember that, was created in 2020 to prove that their ingredients were fresh.
yeah.
Do you
It was
remember that?
it was a campaign.
Yes,
right?
it was a campaign. So there you go.
I think, okay, I do think in this world that we go so far, and they went to wrappers because everybody was like, we need to save the environment.
Yes.
They went back to these boxes. But we're also in an age where now a majority, I bet, of what they do is drive-through now.
Yep.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I would hope when I'm ordering at the, if I walk up and say, hey, I'm going to eat here, they put it in paper. I have no problem with that. Because
Yeah.
otherwise I just feel like I'm throwing
Why
it
don't you just put the burgers at the top?
Put it where?
Instead of putting burgers at the bottom of the bag, just put them at the top.
That's a...
Well,
well, now they can do
You
that.
can't crush the fries, though.
But the fries, look, it's all going and coming out
The
one
Uber
place.
Eats guy's going to eat the fries anyway.
That
so
is true. That is true.
No, that's a good point, though. Yeah, why do they put it at top?
Yeah.
All this is a big hubbub. It doesn't make sense. I always talk to the woman I cheat on my girl with, and that's Wendy's, and
Yeah.
she says she doesn't care. She's still number one.
Wendy is number one in James's book. Yeah, so I mean, obviously, we're talking about it. They're really doing this big push to try and get people to talk more about the product, and we are talking about it.
I can appreciate that. I can. Do you remember going over to McDonald's, the McDLT? It was this. Remember that thing?
Yes, I do.
Is that the one you had to construct?
Yeah, you had to do your own work. That's the next step.
I do remember the styrofoam boxes. I'm glad we got away from
We
those.
had to, because they're still around.
Yeah.
No, because they won't destroy.
They won't die, yeah.
We have more Flash coming up. We want to hear from you, of course. We got, what are peanut butter raises? Don't know? They will affect you. We'll have an expert come in, plus...
Our question of the day, here it is. What was the name of the computer in 2001, A Space Odyssey?
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Let's see if you got today's Brain Flash question correct. The question, once again, what was the name of the computer featured in the movie 2001, A Space Odyssey? Everybody said HAL. That's half right, but it's actually HAL 9000.
Oh, that's right.
HAL 9000. You've got to be specific when it comes to computers, right? Hey, welcome back to the big show. Listen, I always felt that peanut butter tastes good, but when it's on a sandwich. But when it comes to a raise, not so much, am I right? Following a tough economy from 2020 to 2024, some employers are giving out what they call a peanut butter raise. It's a move that actually could cost them their top employees and their top talent. So joining us now with some insight is Chantel Williams. She is the sassy accountant. We love having her on. Welcome back there, Chantel.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Fantastic. All right, let's explain what peanut butter raises is. I mean, it's just nuts and it's just we're getting raises because it's so crazy? Or, that's probably not it, though, I imagine, right?
No, not at all. Forget the jelly. We're talking about peanut butter raises here. It's a corporate trend where companies take their entire budget and they spread it across very thinly in their entire staff. Instead of giving your top performer 10%, it actually gives everyone 3%. It seems fair on paper, but in reality, to the top performer, not so great.
Yeah, because what motivation would you want to do if you're like, well, I mean, I'm just going to get the same raises as everybody else? I can see how that might slow you down. Is this different than like a cost of living raise?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. So why do you think companies are using these? Why, are they thinking, oh, everybody's equal? Or are we moving closer to a socialist way of thinking when it comes to businesses?
Not at all. It's really to avoid conflict. In a sensitive job market with the peanut butter method, it keeps the HR person from having that difficult conversation about either you're winning or you're a loser in the company, because people are sensitive nowadays and they're quite emotional. So it's really to just avoid conflict.
You know, is this, it sounds like if it's merit-based, you could just throw that outside the window because everybody's getting the same thing. So how could that actually really hurt the top performers?
Well, the top performers, really your A players and the people who are doing the work and the nitty gritty, especially in a sales environment, feel the sting because they're doing all of the work while someone else is probably not doing as much work as you. And so they're either going to do one or two things. They're going to either look for employment opportunities for them to level up in the organization, or they might just start slacking off, which will still hurt the company in the long run.
I think this all started when they started giving trophies out to everybody at baseball games and soccer games, right? Because everybody has to make sure. I mean, do you think that this is something that really, for longevity, I mean, does it say that this company's really progressive by doing this? Or, and again, could be just your opinion.
So I'm going to say one thing. I was the mom who made sure that my kid got a trophy. So I agree with trophies and the kids.
Okay. All right. We differ there, but that's fine.
The second thing is it causes stability within the organization. So it makes sure that like the staff who is there, who's doing the regular job, making sure everything gets done on a day-to-day is getting done because they're there to clock in from their 9 to 5 and get the work done. When it comes to actually making more money and seeing the company grow, it does impact their top performers because they don't see a real reason why they should do extra work.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because if you want your business to scale and grow, you need those top performers to go out there, make the money, make the sales, make the connections and the relationships. But if they're doing all the work and they're only getting a 3% raise, then more than likely they're just going to do job hopping. And job hopping, a lot of employees nowadays, especially if they've become accustomed to a certain lifestyle, they have no problem leaving an employer.
You're right. They're not thinking of like, keeping, like you're building a credit and like you're spending time with this one because they know they can find jobs otherwise. Let's talk taxes. We have to. Does this affect your taxes anyway?
Not at all. The increase is so small that you won't feel it at all. It doesn't have a true impact.
All right. Well, I got to tell you, Chantel, if I was in charge here, I'd give you a raise because this is great information. And it would be more than just a peanut butter raise altogether. But interesting stuff here altogether because you want to keep the lower level people around. That's what helps, basically, if you think about the support of those that might make more, but they're in need of those other people, so we're all working as a team. Thank you so much. We're going to share this interview as well as everything we've talked about here on the show on our website. You can go there now if you'd like at dailyflashshow.com. Thank you, Chantel.
Now we've got some trending stories to get to. Actor Ryan Gosling is making headlines with his recent appearance on Jeopardy, sort of.
What?
Our final Jeopardy category today is medicine, and our champion Ryan is in the lead. Let's reveal the clue. This specific type of injury has made news at least since 1967, when it happened to Red Sox star Jim Lonborg. What did Ryan write down? He wrote down, what is IDK? He didn't know and I'm told by our judges, we will accept that. An ACL tear is also known as an IDK, internal derangement of the knee. Well done, Ryan.
So the video is really just another viral marketing stunt for Gosling's new movie, Project Hail Mary, fresh off the heels of Timothée Chalamet's viral marketing campaign for the movie Marty Supreme.
Yeah.
Gosling has been one-upping his competition with several of his own for his new movie, Project Hail Mary. And a lot of experts are saying the times have changed and long-held advice as far as how to sell a movie no longer exists. You can't just go on late-night talk shows and the entertainment shows. You have to find moments, social media moments that attract attention, get likes, get eyeballs, because nobody really notices any of the talk show interviews anymore.
It's back noise, where I can understand that. You jump out and that sort of thing, and it's if the star is out there being seen, that's one thing. But him being on Jeopardy, I'm not familiar with this movie. Is there any kind of correlation between the two? Or maybe that might be the joke, that there might be...
I think that's the joke, and the IDK answer, the I don't know, and of course they're making fun of an ACL versus an IDK, and then he writes I love Ava on the screen. But I'm with you. Timothée Chalamet was on top of the Las Vegas Dome. What do they call it?
The Sphere.
Sphere, thank you.
Sphere.
And it was turned orange. And he was standing on top of it, and it was a perfect ping pong ball. If you've seen Marty Supreme, you know that's the tie-in.
Welcome back. I'm James Alexander. Here's your question of the day. What's a simple luxury you truly appreciate? What'd you say, Keegan? Our director says, when she leaves without me asking.
All right.
Shame.
not right.
Guys, I don't know what to say.
Incredible.
I think you said more than enough.
I think that you need to stop right there. All right, James, thanks so much there. A time capsule set to be buried on July 4th is to commemorate the 250th anniversary of America's founding, and it's not going to be reopened until 2076.
Oh, I love this.
And the 3-layer pod was designed by some of the country's leading scientists, all in the hope that the artifacts will remain intact and unearthed 250 years from now. Items representing all 50 states, the District of Columbia, and 5 U.S. territories will also be in the capsule. All 3 branches of the federal government have been asked to add something noteworthy for the reopening in the year 2276. So weird to believe that the 200th anniversary was 50 years ago. I remember that was such a big thing. It was the big campaign was Keep America Clean.
Yes.
I remember that for some reason back in 1976. So.
Do you remember that Mad Men episode where they went out for a picnic at the park and they all got up from their picnic and they left all their trash behind? And I'm like, people really did that back then. So that explains why the Keep America Clean and of course the crying Indian that saw the trash on the side of the road, that was all part of that huge campaign to, clean up, the country because people were just leaving trash behind everywhere, which is so bizarre. Well, a judge has ruled against a man who sued Buffalo Wild Wings. Now, the customer claimed their boneless wings involved a deceptive marketing campaign. The company responded to the lawsuit stating, "It's true, our boneless wings are all white meat chicken, our hamburgers contain no ham, and our buffalo wings are 0% buffalo." A U.S. district judge issued a ruling rejecting the complaint. Buffalo Wild Wings celebrated the ruling on social media. They're called boneless wings, and we will forever be calling them boneless wings. I think there should be a change up in the law in this country. I know it will probably never happen, but I think people who are filing these frivolous lawsuits should have to pay a
I'm with
fine.
you.
If they're going to sue Buffalo Wild Wings for $1 million, if they lose, they need to pay $1 million to Buffalo.
And I'm with you as well, especially but then it goes down to, all right, what is frivolous about it? This to me is frivolous completely, right?
Absolutely.
And you think about, will that stop people from like going after if they think, yeah, I would hope so, but what if you do have a legitimate, case? I guess if that would hold it back. But I am wholeheartedly with you. I remember when this case came out, 2023. So it's been lingering around this long.
Yeah.
If not getting maybe like your money back is one thing, why you need to have this class action or whatever. However, labeling for all foods would need to be an overhaul because nothing what you say is
exactly.
Right anyway.
Fruit Loops. Is there any fruit in the Fruit Loop?
That's true. Think
is
about
it
that.
considered a loop? What is defined as a loop?
What is a loop?
Yes.
When does a loop start? When does the loop end? Well, it's much like this conversation. It'll keep going round and around. Your thoughts?
Captain Crunch.
Captain,
who is he the captain of?
General Mills. Was he Captain Crunch's boss at
Do
one
we
time?
know?
I don't know.
So we are talking winter wellness for the whole family today. Life Minute's editor-in-chief, Joanne Butler, joins us now. Hi, Joanne.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well, thank you. So what do you have for us today?
Well, let's start with Planet Fitness. They're making it easier than ever to reach your wellness goals. More than 2,800 locations across the country, so likely there's a club near you. Plus, many are open 24/7. What truly sets them apart, though, is their incredible value. You get access to best-in-class strength and cardio equipment, the same caliber you'd find at high-priced gyms, all in a welcoming, inspiring, judgment-free environment. Memberships start at $15 a month, and free fitness training is included with every membership. They also understand the importance of recovery and well-being too. So you can get a PF Black Card membership and gain access to their spa and just amazing amenities like hydro massage beds and massage chairs. Head to planetfitness.com to find one near you and check out their membership deals.
Fantastic. What else?
Well, a little grooming goodie for the guys here. This is a first of its kind grooming tool. It's the Bic Flex 5 Trim and Shave. Super innovative 2-in-1 for head to toe grooming. Has interchangeable heads so you can customize your look. Use the trimmer head's 0.5 millimeter blade for a clean 5 o'clock shadow or a 1.5 for a 3-day stubble. And if you want a full shave, you can switch to the razor head. Clinically proven here for sensitive skin. It has this lubricating strip with aloe and almond oil, so it's great for travel or on the go too. It's not bulky, no batteries are needed, so it's super easy. You can get it right on Amazon and Walmart starting at just $5.97. Now, a skincare must for the kiddos. This is Splash here from the makers of Tree Hut and Baby Magic, a new body care brand with formulas parents can trust and kids can get excited about. It's for specifically for 4 to 10. There's a 2-in-1 shampoo and body wash, a bubble bath with a bubble wand, and a lightweight body lotion that's made with aloe vera and vitamin E, and it has this sweet jelly bear scent. I love this. You can get it right at Walmart. And for the littlest members of the family, this is Baby Magic's Soothing Collection. It's made to care for delicate, sensitive skin. It has gentle, nourishing ingredients like colloidal oat and shea butter and coconut oil and aloe to cleanse the skin without stripping moisture. There's a hair and body wash, a creamy whip butter, an all-over balm, and a cleanup spray too. That's great. And it just makes cozy winter routines simple for parents. And you can find this at Walmart and Amazon.
This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mitch English.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends, tomorrow's talk. Before we do anything, let's check in with our stations across the nation. James Alexander, who is watching us and where?
And we're on over 219 stations across the country. You can find out where we are by going to our social media channels and a special website called dailyflashshow.com. Click on where to watch. That's where you can leave me a message and you can check on all our local friends. Now, our local friend today is very special.
Okay.
They have a great history. Biloxi, Mississippi,
Hey!
WXVO TV. Now, Did you know that it's home to one of my favorite root beers?
Really?
I know what
Bark
it is.
root beer
Yep.
was created in Biloxi,
Really?
Mississippi.
And
Yep.
I know Peggy Bark, who
Oh,
is
really?
related to the Barks. Yeah, my sister is, I went to high school in Mississippi and stuff, so yeah, Barks, that's the only root beer you drink, man. That's
Oh,
it.
really? Yeah, you better.
Yeah. What else do we know about Biloxi?
Seafood capital of the world.
Is that so?
The largest canning facilities are in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Wow.
They had, when Katrina came through, my sister lived just a block from the beach, and there was a big, her house was completely gone, but there was a chicken, those big old long semi-truck
Yeah.
container
Yeah.
with chicken all in it, all open and everything, sitting right there on the thing. I didn't even know that's where her house was, but because I say that because they come in, and you know what we get a lot of
What?
is banana spiders there in Biloxi because Chiquita
Really?
bananas come right through there too.
Yeah.
I love banana spiders about this big,
Ginormous, yeah.
and they look cool as heck.
Yeah.
but they
They
come
look
in from the
cool.
banana.
They look terrifying.
Yeah, but they're cool looking.
But they're harmless.
Shout out to Biloxi.
And they have the blessing of the shrimp that started
Oh
in what,
yes,
1929?
yes. Everybody, it reminds me of Forrest Gump, Lieutenant
Oh, yeah.
Dan.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
We got fried shrimp, cold
kebab,
shrimp
Shrimp
kebab.
sandwiches.
Black he was
shrimp.
from Greenbow, Alabama, so it was right, right
wow.
down the way, so it wasn't
See?
that far. All right, we all know that AI is everywhere, and sometimes we're not in a position, however, y'all, to trust AI, and we do a lot. I sent out an email just the other day. Y'all get it?
Yes.
And I wrote it all up, and I go, well, I want to make sure this sounds very professional, so I went through AI and I redid it, and then I did it all on the computer, and I go, I don't like how that sounds. I went back and changed it. Well, when I sent it out to y'all, it was like the format, like something would be in one font, there would be another in cap.
Lowercase,
and
smaller.
I came clean and I said,
You did.
I said, all right, yes, AI helped me write this. I just wanted to make sure everybody got the point across. Now, the reason we tell you that story is there was a journalist over across the pond, and he said, you know what, how much do we trust AI? So he said he went and made a website and said that he was the hot dog eating, he was the premier hot dog reporter. Meaning he reports on every hot dog. He's won all these contests. He made up a website to do it. So then he asked AI, say, what can you tell me about his name or whatever? And found out, wrote a whole article about how he was a hot dog king about
Wow.
that. And it wasn't very long. You would think, well, it would take, if a website was up, it would take a while for AI to kind of figure it out. And it wasn't up very long. So I bring that up to let you know, just because you see something,
Doesn't
and maybe
mean
AI tells you, it's still the internet, and we have to, remember how we were always afraid of Wikipedia?
Yes,
You have to fact
you
check.
should
You have to
still
always
be
have to fact
afraid
check.
of Wikipedia.
You should.
Yes.
No, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
But that same thinking we have of Wikipedia, which is people putting stuff into it, that's where
Things are
these
going.
AI folks are getting the information.
I do find it interesting, and it's only happened, I think, within the last year since we've gotten more accustomed to AI. But when you do a search, the AI box is the first thing that pops up
Windows
top.
into-
Now,
yes,
that to
yeah,
me is
that's
somewhat
new,
new, and then everything else kind of falls below it. So you can read that synopsis, but again, it may or may not be 100% correct, and then you've got to go through and look at the other articles. But it's a cheap way out of just getting quick information.
I notice now, and you'll love this, is that when you ask SIRI, I don't want to say her name, it would come back and say, do you want ChatGPT, because I have ChatGPT on my phone, do you want ChatGPT to answer this or me? I go, well, I asked you. And she
It's like asking you whether you want English or
like
Spanish.
Spanish.
You know I'm asking you.
Help my home, we got that coming up, don't we?
Yes, we do. Today's Talk Tomorrow's.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Daily Flash. Mitch English along with Andrea Jackson. We have something really unique to share with you today when it comes to helping your home, and it's actually going to help our environment.
Yeah, we're going to take a peek into the future with a revolutionary move in home construction. Mystic Enterprises has designed an eco-haven home. It's considered an engineered living solution designed with modular components. The focus is on innovation and sustainability instead of traditional construction methods. Take a look at this new home of the future.
Picture a home designed for peace, built with modern science and old world wisdom. Welcome to Mystic Eco Haven, architecture that settles into the landscape like it was meant to be there. Because the land isn't a platform, it's a partner. Mystic homes are modular, factory crafted for precision, built clean, built fast, and built to evolve, because life evolves. Add a room when family grows. Add a floor. Add a studio. A theater. Even a spa. Customize the inside within a strong frame, so every owner can build their own dream. It starts with a serious backbone, galvanized hot-poured steel structure, no wood framing, just strength you can feel. Step inside and you feel the difference immediately. Quiet. Mystic modules are acoustically isolated, so sound stays where it belongs. Work without distraction, sleep without noise. Together, without being on top of each other. Power comes from the sun, designed for energy independence. An energy self-sufficient home, where the grid is optional. AstroShield wraps the home in clear strength. Daylight pours through, while rough weather stays outside. Bright interiors, covered outdoor living, protection you can see without losing the view. And when the world outside isn't the view you want, your home can become the view. Living walls and virtual windows, high-resolution LED scenes that bring your chosen horizon to you. Mountains when you want strength, oceans when you want peace. Even the light can follow your day. Subdued sunroofs and skylights that shift through natural rhythms. Warm mornings, clear midday focus, softer evenings that help your body wind down. Behind it all is Mystic OS, calm, local, and private. No ads, no data trails. It runs inside your home. You already talk to your phone. Now imagine talking to your house, and it answers back. It learns your routines the way family does, so your customs and chores are already noted. Wake up from a nap, and your coffee is already brewed. Energy flows wiser. Comfort stays steady. Alerts arrive gently, never demanding, never noisy. And it protects what matters with advanced AI security that knows who belongs and who does not. It recognizes trusted faces, secures entry, and keeps watch. Quietly, respectfully. This is the optimistic future. Practical, elegant, and human. A home that protects your time, your sleep, and your calm. Mystic Homes. Tomorrow already works, and it feels like home.
Interesting stuff. You know, you think of where home building has gone and where it's going to be. It needs to be that sustainability and also not taking too many of the much of the environment out.
Yeah, it seems like they're taking inspiration from the shipping container homes and that particular idea, and then incorporating some new elements, and obviously a lot of tech. The idea of being able to change your windowscape, I thought was kind of cool. Obviously, solar panel for energy, so you could be completely living off the grid, I suppose.
And a lot of people are doing that these days and want to get out of that. We love that you have us with you. We have today's talk, tomorrow's trends, right here on Daily Flash.
Stay with us. We're back right after this.
This is Tim. Tim is all about time, and if you've ever had a chance to look into Tim's cold, dead eyes, you'll see that it's time for you to follow us on social media. Sure, there's 10,000 social sites out there, and we don't have the time to name them all. Seriously, just ask Tim. So take the time to look for Daily Flash TV on your favorite social sites and start following us. That's all the time, Tim. Goodbye.
All right, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. Gabby's Dollhouse, it's back with all new episodes. It's on Netflix, and the adventures are bigger than ever. Here to tell us more about is the star of Gabby's Dollhouse, Lila Lockhart-Craner.
Well, I think magical is the key word here. This new season explores the new world of Fairylandia, which is this magical world inside the cotton candy tree in the fairy tale garden with fairies and kitty corns and rainbow waterfalls and all things sparkly and glittery and fantastical. And alongside all that fairy magic, we of course have our life lessons of growth mindset and positivity, all with some fairy magic. I think my favorite would have to be the Kitty Bear Tea Party episode. I think it's so cute. It's where we get these little kitty bears that look like the Gabby cats, and with some fairy magic, they come to life and we have a tea party, and watching it finished was so amazing. I hope that families and kids just remember the power of play, and it really is an amazing way to look at the world through new perspectives and to get new experiences from it. The new season is now playing on Netflix, and for more information about the show, you can go to Gabby'sDollhouse.com.
The New American Home showcases the latest and greatest in innovations and smart improvements. This year, it also comes with a side of philanthropy. Take a look.
At the New American Home 2026, SKS and LG are not just showcasing the future of high-tech and luxury living, they're empowering a home with heart. This year's Show Home is a groundbreaking philanthropic platform designed to directly support Jonathan's Landing Foundation and its vital mission to create a comprehensive community for adults with autism.
I fell in love with this property, but I realized that I could do more than just building a home. I could build a gathering place. I can find a way for the community to come together and to support a cause that was very important to me, which is autism and providing housing and employment for adults with autism. We're going to provide the maximum services for each individual for the least cost to the families.
In the kitchen, for example, SKS appliances offer unparalleled precision and luxury, perfect for everyday cooking and grand-scale entertaining. For Jason and his son Jonathan, cooking has provided an avenue for communication, creativity, and lifelong memories.
This is a very unique home. We had a great team helping build it, and now we get to do all this great entertaining and bring people into the community.
So what makes this kitchen so unique? It has a 48-inch dual fuel pro range with 6 burners and a griddle, a 24-inch wine column, 30-inch fridge and freezer column, panel ready. And don't forget the 24-inch built-in under-counter fridge with drawers that can be turned into freezers. There's also a back kitchen for the ultimate entertainer with a 48-inch dual fuel pro range with built-in sous vide and a combo wall oven with speed cook and steam. Within the New American Home, ThinQ technology acts as the intelligent core, seamlessly integrating everything from SKS's professional-grade culinary suites to LG's advanced HVAC systems, smart laundry, and OLED TVs. This creates an effortlessly intelligent, energy-efficient, and truly connected living experience that redefines comfort and convenience. To continue to inspire others to connect through cooking and raise awareness for Jonathan's Landing, SKS has launched #PassTheApron. People are encouraged to film their own apron pass moment and tag others they want to nominate to support the cause. Learn more at SKS Appliances or visit sksappliances.com/pass-the-apron. And for more on the 2026 New American Home, go to tnah.com.
Moving right along, even if you eat healthy, you could still be missing omega-3s, nutrients that your body cannot make on its own. Registered dietitian Kate Turner, she joins us with more.
Most of us think we're doing everything right for our health, yet more than 80% of Americans still aren't getting enough omega-3s. Even if you eat fish once or twice a week, it's surprisingly hard to get optimal levels of omega-3s from food alone. Omega-3s, specifically EPA and DHA, are critical nutrients that our bodies can't make from scratch. And while they're often associated with heart health for their support of normal triglyceride and blood pressure levels, their benefits go much further. Omega-3 support everything from brain function, mood, immune function, joint and skin health. In fact, omega-3 support every cell in the body and help beneficial nutrients get into your cells and help push unwanted waste out of your cells more effectively, making them truly one supplement that supports whole body health. That's why so many people trust Nordic Naturals. As the #1 selling omega-3 brand in the US, Nordic Naturals has set the standard for what premium omega-3 should be. With Omega-3 Day on March 3rd, it's the perfect time to take your health to the power of omega-3. Visit Nordic.com for more.
Busy schedules are changing the way Americans eat, with fewer families sticking to one set dinner time. Now frozen foods are playing a bigger role than ever. Here's what you should know.
March is National Frozen Food Month, a time to spotlight how today's frozen food aisle fits the way Americans eat right now. Eating habits are changing, meals are less structured, snacking happens throughout the day, and shoppers are looking for foods that offer flexibility, variety, and smart value. With more, here's chef and culinary expert James Brisione.
What's different about frozen foods today is how much the aisle has evolved. It's designed for real life, whether that's breakfast on the go, quick snacks, or pulling together dinner without having to start from scratch.
Frozen foods have become a practical, everyday solution, helping households keep more options on hand, plan less rigidly, and adjust meals as schedules change.
Keeping frozen fruits, vegetables, and proteins on hand makes it easy to adapt as plans change. Frozen foods help save time, reduce waste, and offer globally inspired and ready-to-eat options that work any time of the day.
For recipes, tips, and inspiration, visit easyhomemeals.com.
We've got some trending stories now to share with you. A truck and a Jeep were swallowed up by a sinkhole while waiting at a red light in Omaha, Nebraska. The pickup and the Jeep were both stopped at the intersection when the ground suddenly gave way. The driver of the truck was able to climb out of his passenger side door, pull himself out to the street. Good Samaritans stopped their cars, ran over, helped the driver of the Jeep get to safety. That is insane.
You know, we say Jeep, but it's like one of those Jeep SUVs. So
Yes.
if it was a real Jeep, he would probably go, oh, no, I can get out of this.
Right. He could have thrown it into
Okay.
four-wheel driving.
It's interesting. They're saying that there was some possible road work underneath, and that's why the sinkhole. We see sinkholes in Florida all the time, but it's so interesting. It was it just was almost the perfect size just for the car. Those two cars.
You
right?
have to wonder if the weight of those two
Yes.
cars in that particular moment caused all that to happen.
Hey, we're not done with the show yet. More coming up. Welcome back to Daily Flash. Mitch English along with Andrea Jackson. Let's find out what you need to binge watch this weekend. Jackson, what do you got?
Oh, I'm going to blame Hugo, our EP, for this one. It's my new obsession. My pick for the weekend is Love Story. John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette on FX Hulu.
There's your world. And then there's mine.
Every story needs an angle. A happy couple doesn't sell papers.
There isn't enough exposure in the world to prepare a woman to be your wife.
It's not a question of if I want to spend the rest of my life with you. It's a question of if I'm cut out to be Mrs. JFK Jr.
It's so good, and it's hard to believe that this took place in the late 90s. Of course, they were both killed in a plane crash. They start off the show talking about that. But I will tell you this, the music is so good in this show, and it plays a huge role, which
Guy's
is
a dead
nice.
ringer for him.
Oh my gosh, both of them are. This is the guy who plays JFK Jr., his first acting role ever.
Get it.
And he is a spitting image of JFK Jr.
So the looks got him, and which he should, because he does look just like, and he's a good actor as well.
And yeah, he's terrific. And she, I think, had a Tony Award, but had very few TV roles, and she's fantastic too.
I like that.
Yeah.
You know, did they talk about the curse? I mean, the Kennedy curse.
They kind of get into that.
Kind of weird if you think about it, right? All right, Jackson. From block parties to backyard beefs, HBO Max now diving into drama Right Next Door. This is the new series proves that neighbors can be friends and full-on foes. It's Neighbors now streaming on HBO Max.
The smell is overpowering. You just bought a house in a nightmare section of a street.
Our house, it has a crown.
I love my yard. I like my peace. And he took that from me.
It looks like an Osama bin Laden compound in Pakistan.
Oh, God, do I have great words, but I can't use them. This is just I mean, come on. I mean, really?
That lady is crazy, by the way. And guess what? Guess where she lives?
Florida.
Neighbors on HBO Max explores what happens when ordinary people share extraordinary drama just a few feet apart, proving that sometimes the biggest stories happening right next door. What I do like about this show, no narrator, no, music or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a documentary and shows both sides. And it's pretty interesting. You get to pick your side.
Is it skewed, or do they give you a pretty honest take on both
I think it's
sides?
pretty honest.
Okay, I like that. All right,
That does it for our
us.
show. Thank you for being our neighbor. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.